Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Definitely appreciate the support. If you've read the title, then you know what this is. We'll get into a game where I just play cover 2 exclusively, only cover 2, didn't play anything else. And I do this a lot. So recently, I would say 90% of my play calls has been cover 2. Okay, because I kind of wrinkle with all of the different variants. I know where certain variants are strong, where some are weak, etc. And when I run into an opponent who doesn't understand like route combinations and how, routes really should play off of one another, you can really have an efficient day on defense. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So here's the first thing. In a cover 2 type scheme, if you want to be a cover 2 type guy, okay, I would highly recommend that you always go to aggressive on stripping the ball and tackling. Okay, and the reason for that is, well, you actually see why on the first drive. I don't get a fumble either. Okay, there's a reason why I'll just leave that alone. So first play, let me go back. He goes single back, wing tight Z. So against that type of set, I like to just play a standard cover 2 with match on. Everything is with match on. So without match and you play cover 2, it'll be cover 2 spot. Turn match on and you play regular cover 2. This is the cover 2 that I'm referring to. Okay, I don't think I've made a video on regular cover 2 yet. Okay, so as you know, in cover 2 match, you turn these guys into soft squats and you turn him into anything but mid read, and then you just user this player, and then we relate to the number 3. In regular cover 2, I like to user the safety, and there's rules and assignments that are tethered to that, but obviously I'm not going to get into that. I'll have to make a video on regular cover 2. And what I do when I play regular cover 2 is I shift to an underfront. Okay, there's a reason for that. It's long story short, you really help out your linebackers. Think about the cover 2 teams. Okay, the ones that were in their glory years, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in like 01, 02 with Tony Dungy, Chicago Bears in 05 and 06, right? You remember the weak side linebacker in Lance Briggs, Derek Brooks, right? And then think about the 3 technique under tackle, Warren Sapp, Tommy Harris, right? There's a reason why they thrived in those systems, okay? And I'm telling you, the underfront probably played a big role in that. And like I said, I don't want to get too deep into that. I'll just have to make another video explicitly dealing with the just regular cover 2 variant. So what I do from safety position is I have run keys that I go off of. And that's the benefit of playing safety, because in regular cover 2 safeties, they don't have run fits, at least in the game. So they just bail out of there, right? But being that we are the user, we can read and see if we get blocking up front. And the second I see that, I can now involve myself in the run fit. Okay, and my run fit, if they key down and go outside, is not to just fly in there. Okay, my job is to make this defender right. Okay, so he's involved in a run fit. He's a forced run fit defender. He would like to get inside here. But being that he's playing outside leverage here, it's easier for this corner to kind of seal him off. So in that situation, the corner would have the outside, and to make him right, I would just fill inside, right? On the flip side of that, there's times where the corner does a very good job and he gets inside of that block, and then we just fill outside. So no matter what, we make him right, and we are involved in a run fit. And this is great because outside breaking runs, stretch type runs, is just not gonna fly. It's just not gonna fly against this cover 2 defense. Okay, and this defense is really good against the run because we optimize it by playing safety. I like to play the safety away from the underfront. Okay, so hopefully this video isn't too long. Second I see run, I should trigger down. Okay, look at my corner, he's outside, so this is where I can fill. I think my opponent sees that, seeing that I'm flying down. I think he tried to work inside, but these guys are scraping over, and we get a tackle. 1 yard gain while playing cover 2. Okay, so you saw the formation, and I'm going to play cover 2 against it. And he actually runs a screen, I believe. I think I was trying to check in the cover 2 clip, and I didn't. I think I screwed up. This is like one of my first games of the day, really. I was kind of a little bit off there, but that's fine. Here I'm playing cover 2 clip, or at least I tried to. So if you don't know what cover 2 clip is, definitely click the link and check out cover 2 clip. But we man up this side, we take the middle player and we man up the back, and we can decide to turn him into soft squat, or we can keep him in cloud flat. We can do whatever we want with this corner. I would like, I like to do this because I'm learning as I go. Seeing this on the hash, why not just keep him in cloud flat? Why put him in soft squat? Soft squat, I like to do that because if we get 2 verts, we can kind of relieve the stress of the safety of having 2 routes threatening him deep. But being that there's less space for them to operate on this side of the field, why not keep him in cloud flat, right? We're not really that afraid of 2 verts challenging the safety on this side. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, and my job in 2 clip is to relate to the number 3. So I think, again, early on in the game, okay, I got it right this time. So I'm relating to number 3. He's going to end up coming inside with the drag pattern right here. Take 3. And cover 2 in true form. Okay, we give up 6 yards, 4th and inches. Okay, he picks a kind of like heavy type set. I decided to just go ahead and go cover 2. Shift to an under front. Take that safety on that. Oh, okay, I see what I did on this play. Sometimes when I just know it's going to be a run, right, 4th and inches, you can bring the corner inside leverage of this player and even do the same here. So they have better ability to attack inside in the alley. And obviously I would fill on this side if it goes this side. Going this side, you just kind of contain run. But it just so happens that he ran it weak side. I believe he picked up like 3 or 4 yards. I don't remember. Yeah, my middle linebacker kind of hesitated there as opposed to shooting the gap. So that's fine. Here I played cover 2 clip. I've been loving cover 2 clip. So remember, 2 clip is something that you run against 3x1. I remember I made the video where I had standard type sets, right? Where you play cover 2, but then like bunch and cluster, I didn't have any cover 2 stuff. And I told you that I still played cover 2 against that. It's just not optimal. I wouldn't advise it. Well, I've come to learn that cover 2 clip has been pretty damn decent against bunch. Okay, so let me go ahead and play it. I don't remember what transpired here on this play. Okay, a mesh type concept. So here in 2 clip, he should be manned up. I should man him up on that guy. And then I'm responsible for an inside breaking route, the deeper of the 2. So if 2 come inside deep, I just take the deeper guy. I think that's what happened here too. Let's see. Yeah, see, I messed up on the mid read. I was supposed to man him up on this guy. Okay, so again, this is early on in the game. I get a lot more sharper. Okay, but had I have manned him up on this player, that's where we would like to get like a banjo going, to where when he goes out, go watch the video on 2 clip, where then he takes the guy and then he replaces this guy in his zone. Anyways, we get a nice little knockout. Next play. Okay, based upon this formation, anytime I get 2x2 sets and it's like a wing type set, I'm playing traditional cover 2 into an underfront, using the safety. I believe we get a run here. Should be reading my run keys first. Okay, right away, I know it's run. So now I have to trigger down, make my corner right. My corner takes outside. This is now my gap. And you can see my opponent tried to force it back inside. I guess he was afraid of me coming down. Matter of fact, that's exactly what happened, because he ran this play again. And due to the down and distance, I thought it was highly unlikely that he would run, so I did pass commit, and you'll see the difference in pass commit as opposed to not usering it. You'll see these guys like immediately kind of backpedal. You see that? They're not attacking down on the run. So kudos to him to sticking with the run. My keys are still the same. Okay, and I kind of had to wait because I didn't want to overcommit, and then my corner fights back inside, and now he's got the edge, right? So we get it down to 4th and 2. Okay, against this formation, I went cover 2. I thought it was going to be run, and it was. And again, he gets up a couple of yards. Okay, now I went cover 2 match. He's going to go to the flat. This guy's going to go upfield. He's going to run like a drive concept. Okay, so I made a video on, obviously I made a video on cover 2 match, the introduction. Then the second part was me playing against strictly empty sets against the guy. So you got to see the route combinations of it. And then I made a video in regards to the responsibilities of cover 2 match when you're playing this player who relates to the number 3, when you're dealing with balanced sets like this, a 2x2 set, right? So if you haven't watched that video, I'll leave a link for that now. But I'm relating to the number 3, okay? Now, when the number 3 goes to the flat, as you saw in the route combination there, right? In that video, I indicate to you that you still widen, but you widen with like depth. Like you're going at like a 45-degree angle because you're not responsible for him when he goes to the flat. Eventually, he will trigger down to take that, right? And once he bypasses this tight end, he's really the new number 2 as opposed to number 3. And now he's the new number 3. So then you relate to this guy and take that route. The problem with drive concepts, and drive concept is a concept that you can utilize to attack something like this as an offense, is that, well, now he's the new number 3, and this guy's the 2 on this side. But when they overlap again, it's a lot of overlapping. So now he's the new number 2 for this side, and this guy's truly the new number 3. So what do? Do you as a linebacker now attack that? And that's where you can run into issues. Okay, and that's what route combinations are all about. Your high-low end players, right? So as you see here, I should overtake that. But he throws directly to the flat, and again, our corner triggers down. And when that happens, you notice where I went back too far. Let me go back. Watch how when we tackle him, I'm not pressing X. You see how it's like press X to kind of get him to go down? I want him to stay up. And again, that ties into the beginning where we're trying to strip the ball. I watched the seminar with Tony Dungy, and obviously you guys know about Charles Peanut Tillman in the cover 2 defense. We are trying to strip the ball. We are trying to make a big hit. We're trying to, get takeaways, not necessarily, it's not about giveaways by the offense, it's about takeaways. You're trying to take it from them, right? And cover 2 is very good when you're very efficient with it, because if you notice with this drive, that was the 9th play of this drive. You notice how he's, having to have to dump it off, dump, run, right? No big plays. We're not giving up any big plays, right? If we do, it's because you did something with the route combination, someone may have screwed up, whatever, right? So as opposed to getting a 7-play, 90-yard drive for an offense, you're going to have to go through 15 plays, 90-yard drives, right? So that's 8 more plays where the defense is on the field, but that's 8 more opportunities to strip the ball, 8 more opportunities for an interception, 8 more opportunities, etc., right? So why not try to strip the ball? And then it's a lot more gang tackling opportunities because there's more zone aspect to it. You can get 22 eyeballs on the ball carrier, and everyone's flying to make a tackle. So when I get this, a guy dumping it off to the flat. Oh, this is the next play. So I guess we'll move on. Let me see. Is this the next play? Let's see. Or is this the play before? I don't remember. Yeah, so this was the very next play. He's running the same play, right? And here we see again this drive concept. Okay, the drive concept providing like a problem. So before, I was trying to get at, he threw to the flat, XXX. I allowed him to stay up because guys are rallying and I'm trying to knock the ball out, okay? So here, again, I take the 3. And you see the guy who was on the 2 originally, once he gets to this point, he kind of just zones out. So do you retake the new number 3, right? But either or, no matter what, if I were to retake this window is open, and that's just kind of, hey, you're weak in that aspect, right? Now, if he continued to run that over and over again, well, then you can switch over to a different variant of cover 2 to deal with that problem. And that's what, this series is all about if you want to be a cover 2 team. So he goes bunch and I go cover 2 clip. And I believe he's going to run something like this. The kind of like arches concept with the smash element to it. Okay. And in cover 2 clip, you're man-to-man. Middle player is man-to-man with the back. And then us, we are eyeing the bunch side. So really you can play deep middle. Okay, and then just overtake an inside breaking route from the bunch. Okay. Now, the key element to this, and this will be turned into the best play of the entire game, it's the last play of the game. You don't want to show your intention, right? Pre-snap. You really want to make it seem like it's doubled up on this side. You want to make it seem like you have help over the top here, okay? And then at the snap of the ball, that's when you're flying towards the front side of the coverage, right? Because if I were to start out over here, it shows my hand, and now he knows it's one-on-one over here. He may try to attack one-on-one, etc., right? As opposed to him trying to throw something from like a front side post, because he's just going to see I'm sitting right there, right? You just play more into the integrity of the coverage by hiding it pre-snap, post-snap, rotating over there. Now, if he sees it post-snap, well, a lot of times it's too late because it's not like he can change the route on this side to attack deep or, a one-on-one type breaking coverage, etc. Okay, a lot of guys aren't thinking about the alert side when there's a safety over the top on this side. Pay attention to when he flares out. So you guys can rewind this after you watch this. I don't want to keep going back and forth. Remember how he's a man? He goes to the flat. He will make a call to this player to overtake, and now he mans up the route, and then he plays in the zone. That's why I just love playing 2 clip against 3x1, and we get a sack there. And as you see, there's just nothing there, right? I believe he tries to run it again. I run 2 clip again. They make that same exchange there. And when I see this guy coming inside, I decide to overtake that. And there's just nowhere to go. So now this is where we will get our first interception, I believe. It's 3rd and 18, and I'm thinking, well, we need to blitz, I think. And guess what? We can stay in cover 2. How about we run a cover 2 pressure? So I chose this roll cover 2 blitz. And you guys should know that we don't have to change the soft squat into soft squat. They're already there. Vert hooks will match just like in 2 match because there's no middle read player. And then we just take a blitzer and we just utilize him as the guy to relate to the number 3. So everything is sound in structure, but we are bringing a blitz. It's like a creeper blitz. Okay, so I will leave a link to cover 3 pressures if you haven't seen it. And it's very deceptive. I wonder if this is the interception. Yeah, it is. So I see number 3 immediately go up, and I actually ran into my player, but that's not a big deal. And the reason why it's not a big deal is because we have deep half help, right? He launches it, bad throw. Safety is able to overcut that and get the interception. So we can draw up the route combination. I believe he went something like this, up the field. These guys just go up. And what happens? What should happen over here? It's good to kind of know this. Well, they're in 2 match, so he's gonna turn into 2 man on this side. Okay. Over here, what's very interesting is with this action, he actually turns in the man-to-man with this wheel route, right? And then this guy looks as if he's going to run with the drag, even though he's invert hook. It's just the versatility of 2-match in general. And this is 2-match with a pressure involved. Now, I'm willing to bet the bad throw had a lot to do with the pressure.